One of the other things I wanted to talk about today was creativity. And I wanted to recommend a book that I read about 20 years ago. It's called The Path of Least Resistance by Robert Fritz. And I recommend that to people because it had a great impact on me. Basically what the author was on about, he was a composer. And he started thinking about the process that a composer uses to create a symphony. And why don't you use that in your day-to-day life in terms of creating your life as if your life was a symphony or a piece of art to create what you want. And there's a lot to that, but I found it to be incredibly helpful. And just one of the points in the book, again, it's The Path of Least Resistance by Robert Fritz. One of the points in the book is you start at the end. Start off by seeing in your mind clearly what's the end result. And I use this all the time now. When somebody says, oh, I want to make a video, I do video production. I want to make a video. My first question is, all right, tell me what the end result looks like. It's a 10-minute program. What's it doing? Who's watching it? What's the end result? So start at the end. And there's sort of like an organic process that happens in creativity where once you've got a clear vision of what the end result is that you want to create, it presents itself. Things present. Tesla talked about. Let's get back to Tesla. He didn't have to go through a lot of drawings and he could see the whole thing in his head, soup to nuts, and know that it worked because he put the machine together virtually in his mind and knew that it would work. Now, that guy was obviously tapped into. I've heard the term superconsciousness. All right, we all are living energy circuits. And I like to think of us as that, we all share mind. We are all tuned into this radio station, the mind. We all have the same mind. We aren't all like from alien planets. All of us are on the same wavelength. And I think that on some higher level, in terms of what a superconsciousness, whatever that might be, I think that Tesla, when he went to create, that he had a gift for being able to see and see things that were existing a little bit above the ground. In other words, in terms of what's physical, nuts and bolts reality, these things didn't exist in the world. And then he was able to, where the hell did you come up with the induction motor? I mean, how did he was obviously able to tap into something. People that see these things, like where does Einstein get, or whoever decided that speed of light is the fastest thing? I don't know. Where did they get that from?
You have to do with theta waves, theta brain waves. What you're talking about. The higher state of consciousness.
The higher state of consciousness.
Yeah, it's actually beyond the deepest state of sleep that we experience in sleep. It's actually a higher level of consciousness. And when people meditate, they tap into it. Also, through psychedelics and there are other ways. Also, a lot of crazy people, they are in that consciousness.
Who was it that used to sit with a book? And as he liked to stay in this twilight kind of dozy.
Like half in and out.
Well, yeah, because when you're in that, I noticed it.
Dreaming as well.
When you first wake up in the morning, like that first few minutes when you're just coming out of sleep, there are things going on rushing through my head that are not normal thinking. Yeah. So there is, and there wasn't. I thought it was Edison. There was somebody who would hold a book in a chair. I don't know if it was Edison or somebody.
Yeah, something like that. Hold there in a chair.
Yeah, and when he started to drop it, he would come and he would stay in this semi-sleep state, and he found he was able to do incredible creative thinking in that frame of time.
The questions that he was trying to figure out, or how to solve this problem with whatever he was studying or trying to figure out.
And the answers present themselves. They come from somewhere.
It's coming from the source. We want to call it God or whatever, but it's a source, and it's a signal that's being sent out. It's truth, or signal, whatever. But the thing is it's like a TV antenna, and if you're not focused right, you can't pick up a signal.
Right.
And so the more you're able to adjust your antenna and clean up your mind, whatever that, and you adjust the antenna, you'll get more of the signal. But the signal is to everybody.
Yeah.
And actually what that means is we're all God. Has the potential to be God. But the thing is, we just need to fix our minds so we can pick
It's
up.
like tuning the radio. It's like tuning the radio to the right frequency.
And you get the signal.
And you get the signal. You know, I think that accounts for a lot of things. But I don't know where people are in terms of God and whether, God is the source and center of things, or is it a person like we are a person? Is God the source of beingness, like the I am? Like this whole phenomenon. Here we are. You're born. Here we are. I got, maybe 60 good years, and I know I'm going to die. And what's going on here?
Right. What's reality?
What's reality?
Yeah.
But what's fascinating about creativity is that I think that the human personality, it acts as a locus, like a focal point, where we can say, I want to create this. We have this, and I think it's a divine creative power, and we can see something that doesn't exist, and our mind can exist outside of time and space.
Right.
That blows me away.
Right.
And that creative thing is fascinating.
It's a movie, and we're constantly creating, and we're making our own movie.
Exactly. And that's this book I was talking about, Path of Least Resistance. You can get it on Amazon, and it's been around. I've read it a few times over the course of my life, and my wife also swears by it. We give it to friends who don't know where they're going. It's sort of like you can't have what you want if you can't say what you want. If you can't see it, if you can't think about what it is, how are you going to get it? So it starts with what's the end result, and you can bring a lot of creative power to bear. And I've seen it. I've experienced it. So I did want to bring that in because Tesla, obviously, his creative power was he could really tune into that station and get information that no one else could.
Creative visualization.
Right.